The next player that I want to break down is West Virginia's Karl Joseph. He started all 42 games in his college career, but in 2015, during a non contact drill, he tore his ACL. But in the 4 games that he played last season, he had 19 tackles, 5 interceptions, and 6 passes defensed. He measures in at 5'10, 205 pounds, so he isn't the biggest safety in this draft, but in my opinion, he and Keanu Neal are pound for pound the most physical safeties in this draft. Let's go over some of his strengths and weaknesses. He's a physical safety. He throws all 205 pounds at offensive players and plays with an attitude. He's a leader on the field and in fact was voted team captain 2 times. He's quite the playmaker. He had 9 interceptions, 3 fumbles forced, and 13 passes defensed. He has a motor. His speed metrics are obviously unknown because of the injury, but when you turn on the film, you can see he plays fast and doesn't stop till the whistle blows. His weaknesses are that he takes bad angles at times. It's probably his biggest issue. This is a concern because safeties are the last line of defense. He's a reckless tackler. He throws his body around trying to knock out the player. The bad technique often leads to missed tackles. Look at how he knocks out current Buffalo Bill Marquise Goodwin. He's a heat-seeking missile and removes the ball from flash. He shows reckless abandon for his body on any given play. In the first game of the year, Joseph had his best game. Here he is responsible for the quarterback as they run counter option. He avoids the block by the right guard and brings down the quarterback, forcing the punt. I wouldn't say he is a candidate to be a box safety full-time. He doesn't have the ability to take on blockers play in and play out, but he uses his skills to make plays on the ball. When you break down his film, you will see plays like this happen often. As he approaches Derrick Henry, he breaks down, but doesn't try and wrap up the runner. Instead, he goes for the big hit. Henry wasn't fazed. He does offer some blitz ability. He is quite disruptive in the backfield. His finish on blitzes and penetration do need to improve. I could see him dropping down into the slot at times and Rex dialing up a blitz or two for him. Like on this 3rd and 8 play, he loses very little speed during the play action, takes a good line to the quarterback, and brings him down for the sack. As Mayfield fakes to the back, you can see Joseph with his eyes on the ball. He wasn't fooled. He was often used as a quasi-outside linebacker. On this play, he chases Yeldon down from behind. He flattens his depth and pursues down the line of scrimmage. Here he uses his speed to penetrate the gap versus a heavy run set shown by Alabama. On this play, the defensive end gets washed down, and Joseph's aggressiveness leads to a huge cutback lane for the back. We all love a big hit, but Joseph will have to tweak his playing style if he wants to have a long career in the NFL. He tries delivering some pain here, but takes the brunt of the hit. He was considered a better zone coverage player prior to 2015, but he showed massive improvement in man during his 4-game stint. He knows that they are blitzing from the boundary, so the ball will be coming out fast. He diagnoses the speed out, breaks on the ball, and picks it off. A small critique that I noticed on this play, his back pedal needs work. In several of his clips when he is in man coverage, his back pedal was choppy and he was often too high. Just a small technical flaw that can be fixed. On this play from last year, he drops to his landmark in the flats and picks off the Oklahoma quarterback. This play is what he could bring as a free safety in center field. He has the range to cover sideline to sideline and the mentality to punish wide receivers. The corner gets beat on the stutter go, but as the receiver is looking the ball in, Joseph erases him, causing the incompletion. It was a great play, but again, he needs to clean up his technique. The former Mountaineer was targeted 5 times in this game. He allowed 2 catches and picked the quarterback off 3 times. He does a great job of tracking the ball as it's released. Another man blitz from the boundary. He reaches back for the interception. He is the type of player that excels when it plays in front of him. The routes are developing behind him, he doesn't find a threat, and the receiver catches it for the first down. If Karl Joseph was healthy, he probably would be a first-round pick, but because of his injury, he'll probably fall to the second or third round. His draft stock all depends on his medical rechecks and evaluations. If he's drafted by the Bills in the second or third round, he could be eased into the lineup. The Bills have several safeties that could start day one, so Joseph wouldn't have to play right away. He could play in spot situations as a middle-of-the-field safety, in 3 safety looks, or nickel and dime packages. He's a player that could develop into a consistent starter. I've seen him compared to Earl Thomas. I don't think he's as sound a player as him, but the comp is close. People worry about his size, but coming out of college, Ed Reed was the same height and weight. Joseph's style, play, and his frame are what make people question his durability at the next level. If he cleans up his technical flaws, which Ed Reed could help him do, he could be a starter for the Bills for many years.